Let's talk about the morning after FaceTime call. The heavy, unbearable silence before the camera even turns on. You are sitting on the edge of your bed, staring at the connecting screen, and you already know in your gut that the architecture of your life is about to change. You pick up the phone, and they are sitting there, staring back at you with this perfectly rehearsed, soft focus expression of absolute tragedy. They look exhausted. They tell you they have to confess something, and then they drop the script they spent the entire morning writing. They will tell you it was the alcohol. They will tell you it was the time zone. They will blame the crushing, suffocating loneliness of staring at a screen for 6 months while everyone else was out living a physical life. And for the grand finale, they will look you dead in the eye, let a single tear fall, and tell you it was just a mistake. But let's pause the tragic, cinematic performance for a second. Let's look at the actual, literal definition of that word. Because we need to stop letting adults hide their calculated betrayals behind the vocabulary of a child. Tripping on a crack in the sidewalk is a mistake. Forgetting to buy milk at the grocery store is a mistake. Hitting reply all on a company email is a mistake. But getting dressed on a Friday night? That is a choice. Standing in front of a mirror and actively deciding which shirt or dress makes you look the most available? That is a choice. Spraying on perfume or cologne, walking out the front door and actively choosing to enter a crowded bar where you know exactly what the currency is? That is a highly intentional choice. And it doesn't stop there. Maintaining unbroken eye contact with a stranger for 3 hours. Ordering another round of drinks, allowing the conversation to shift from polite small talk to quiet, intimate boundary crossing, paying the tab, walking outside together, getting into the back of a cab, walking up a flight of stairs, and closing a bedroom door behind you. That is not a mistake. That is a sequential, highly coordinated military operation of 50 deliberate choices. Think about what has to happen in their brain to walk past those 50 exit ramps. They didn't just forget you existed. They had to actively, forcefully suppress your memory. When they were sitting in the back of that cab, watching the streetlights pass by, they had to make a conscious, deliberate choice to mute the voice in their head that sounded exactly like you. They probably even felt their phone buzz in their pocket with a text from you. A text saying, "Good night, I love you." And they actively chose to ignore it. They chose to put you on Do Not Disturb so they could maintain the illusion of their single physical reality. That requires a terrifying level of emotional compartmentalization. It requires a person who is entirely capable of looking at a photograph of the life you are building together, placing it face down in a drawer, and locking it, just so they can go out and play pretend for the night. And now, 12 hours later, they want you to validate their guilt. They want you to look at their manufactured tears and feel sorry for the heavy, unbearable burden of their own betrayal. They want you to become their therapist to help them process the trauma of them stabbing you in the back. Do not fall for it. The brutal truth is, they didn't fall victim to a sudden, uncontrollable accident. They didn't trip and fall into a parallel relationship. They woke up, walked past 50 separate exit ramps, and made 50 separate decisions to replace you in a single night. And they only regret it today, because they had to make the phone call. So stop sitting there trying to figure out how to forgive human weakness. You aren't dealing with a mistake. You are dealing with a complete lack of basic adult discipline. You aren't crazy. You just finally stopped looking away.